Good afternoon. Greetings to all of you. I greet you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. My name is Anthony K. Mendy. I come out this afternoon to make a brief and precise video recording on YouTube and to show my dismay on the current issues and my own take of the current issues in the Gambia. So, wheresoever you are, watching me, following me, I am sending my regards and greetings to you. It is indeed very disheartening for me to sit here and talk about the current issues of the Gambia, which is not a rumor to any genuine Gambian who is always on social media and following the current issues and the current happenings in the Gambia. Before going into the topic of discussion, I want to just have a brief rundown in relation to the story of discussion about my personal self and where I come from. I'm a native of Tujere village, Combo South, West Coast region. I undergone primary, senior, and secondary education. Upon completion, I pursued a certificate in the Gambia College, which is commonly and popularly known as the HTC, as a major in agriculture and CRK, that is Christian Religious Education or Knowledge, if you may call it. Upon completion, I serve in the capacity of a head teacher, if you want to call it a principal. I handle the position of a principal in a junior and a senior secondary school for many years. And now, as I'm speaking with you, I'm a third year student at the Gambia University studying agriculture as a major and development studies as a minor. Outside my academia, I'm also into politics. I contested for this past April 15th local government election 2023 as a ward councillor under the ticket of an independent candidate. In this regard, I want to sincerely say to the whole Gambians that I am your son, your brother, your everything when it comes to citizenship. If I am not more of a citizen than any Gambian, then no Gambian is more of a citizen than I am. Why do I say so? There is a video recording circulating that a particular religious leader by the name Imam Fathi declares Christians and describe Christians as kafir. Yeah, Imam, that is your description. You are entitled to your opinion. But you also went further to declare to your followers and any Muslim in the Gambia here that Gambia is an Islamic state. I want to object to that. Ya Imam, do not instigate violence into the mind of the innocent Gambians. You are a religious leader. You are entrusted with a whole lot of people who trust and believe in you as their leader. I therefore appeal to you to preach peace, love, harmony, and unity that the Muslim faith is known of, but not to instigate and to proclaim such from a religious leader like you. I respect you. I respect any other Muslim religious leader. They educate me because I attended my primary school at Tujerem Primary School. I did Dara. I was under my uncle, who is born a Muslim. Go to Tujerem and ask the Jabankunda family. My grandfather is still bearing the surname Jabang in his Gambian national documents from the First Republic until date. Imam, I want to use this opportunity to beg you to restrict yourself from preaching violence to the people of the Gambia. I will refer you and many other Gambians to the national anthem just to quote a stanza in the anthem. I quote, "For the Gambia, our homeland, we strive and work and pray, that we may live in unity, freedom, and peace each day." Unquote. Ya Imam, this is the stand of the Gambia. This is the Gambia we have. We don't have any other Gambia, even though we have a similar pronunciation to Zambia, but Zambia can never be Gambia. Gambia is for the Gambian people. And as religious leaders, we have to preach what our anthem tells us. No wonder our anthem was never created by mistake. It inculcated, or in it, there are words of wisdom accepted by my Christian faith, and I believe by the Muslim faith, which says we strive and work and pray that we, as a people of the Gambia, it doesn't exclude anybody. It said we strive and work and pray that we may live in unity. Ya Imam, what you are preaching these past days or weeks that I've listened on YouTube, you are not preaching unity. You are preaching division. And our national pledge went further to tell us, united we stand and divided we shall fall. Yeah, Imam, do you forget that when we are divided we shall solely fall? If it is a layman who preached that, one can understand. But I, in person, did not expect that preaching to come from a lady like you. God entrusts you with the life of the people who believe. And if there is to be any belief we expect our religious leaders to be closer to God than we do, even though it's a wrong perspective. Nobody is closer to God than the other. So, yeah, Imam, I want to tell you, Gambians are offended by your statement, being it a Muslim or a Christian. We are not happy. We are not happy. We have seen what religious differences and problems had done into other countries. We don't want Gambia to fall victim of that circumstances. Yeah, Imam, I am the least happiest Gambian and a Christian as I'm speaking to you. But I will try my utmost best because my religious did not teach me to discredit elders or to disrespect, neither should I insult elders, which I am never going to do. But I will want to sincerely advise you and any other religious leader, being it a Christian or a Muslim, let us desist from anything that is going to instigate violence to our motherland, the Gambia. Yeah, Imam, if death is to go by age, we are expecting you, our elders, our fathers, our grandfathers, to die and leave us behind and leave a unified Gambia and leave a blessed Gambia that our forefathers has created for us, but not to cause chaos at your age just to die and leave Gambians to suffer for the next God knows how many years. If I'm correct here, Imam, you will be at the age bracket of 60s towards 70s, which I know you will always pray as a parent to die and leave your children. But will you also pray to spoil this country for your children to come and perish? I know you wouldn't like that. So I am pleading to all. This is our Gambia. If we spoil the Gambia, we spoil it for ourselves, and nobody is coming to mend the Gambia for us. We've seen what happened to Libya, and they are still suffering the consequences of war. Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea-Bissau, Mali, just to name a few countries. To rebuild a nation is not a child play, it's not an easy task. So, yeah, Imam, do not allow this to come from you as a religious leader. Instead, you should be the one condemning such acts or proclamation or declaration from anybody. Again, to all religious leaders, I want you to be bold and come out and condemn this act of your Imam. Whether you know it or not, it has already started yielding fruit somewhere. Which I have witnessed is not a hearsay. Yeah, Imam, what you say is causing some chaos somewhere. And you owe the whole Gambians an apology. And you owe the whole Christian faith an apology. And you owe the Muslims an apology, because that is not what Islam teaches. Yeah, Imam, you said in your audios or in your video recording that I watch, that let the students go out and protest should in case one is denied to put on the veil. I will reserve that, as I said earlier, since the matter is still in court. But I will all religious leaders to come out and condemn this single activity. Again, to my politicians, from the president to the least in politics, I will say that I am very disappointed with the Gambian politicians. But also send my regards to the UDP, because I've seen their letter condemning the single act that Sabali said. I'm not privileged or previewed to listen to it, but I can read from the letter that is circulating on social media claiming to come from UDP, and if it is indeed UDP that it comes from, I will thank you for that action. I will want to tell Sabali but only a few words. So in case that is what you said, I cannot justify that because I haven't listened to it. I will ask you to come out and apologize to the Gambians and the Gambian Christians. Because in UDP, there are Christians. And as I speak with you, renowned and prolific UDP personnel are following me to work with them. Did you not think this situation can make me have a second thought? I reserve that. Like I said, I'm not privy to your audio. I cannot say much about that. I'm just saying my mind that should in case that was what happened, you have to come out and apologize to the Gambian and to the Christian population. But to the politicians in general, I am disappointed that none of the politicians came out to condemn this which Imam Fati said. There are Christians who are following, campaigning, convincing other people to follow all these political parties. Yet we are disregarded by a religious leader, and none of the politicians have the gut to stand and condemn it. If this were to be Senegal, it should have been condemned from the first day it happened. Because a similar situation once occurred in Senegal and it was condemned. I am telling all my politicians from all walks of lives and all beneath the Gambia and in diaspora that come out and condemn what had happened if you call yourself a citizen. To the presidency, I'm not singly pointing at the president, but presidency as in the government. I want you to come out and condemn Imam and let him apologize to not only the Christians, but to the Gambians. Because the single act that he did means a lot to us, the Christians. Being a minority faith does not mean we are less or less and lesser of citizens. If we are not more of a citizen than you, you are not more of a citizen than us. We are all citizens of the Gambia. And therefore, we have to protect our Gambia. Gambia, I will tell each and every Gambian, including Ya Imam, that Gambia is not an Islamic state. Stop putting that in the mind of the people who trust you. You are in fact disappointing them by saying Gambia is an Islamic state. Show me in the constitution of the Gambia that Gambia is an Islamic state, I will convert to Islam. If you have personal sentiments, which I know you have, do not bring it to divide our beloved Gambia. Maybe many did not know the personal sentiment that you have against Christians. And you want to hide behind religion to fight your own. Like what the Mandinkas will say, one the Konobayo ke juo busi. I will speak to the whole Gambians. Nkana song one the Konobayo and juo busi. Imam, you are the one who have the sentiment and grudge against Christian. Go and fight it your own self. Do not involve the innocent Gambians. When you were going to school, I don't know whether you schooled as in the English school or the Arabic school that you did only, I don't know. But should in case, by any chance, you did an English school at your time, tell me, when you were going to school, was there any veil being practiced in the school that you attend? It has never happened. Veils issues just emerge within the Second Republic. And in the First Republic, it's never been a problem. The Second Republic, us as Christians, we are not condemning veil, but what we are saying, any educational center has its own policies in line with the Gambian national policy. And our policies as Christian in our Christian schools did not accept veil. And therefore, respect that decision. If you have problem with that, transfer your child to a school that uses veil. There are schools which are Muslim schools. They use veils. And in their policies, everybody must use, and Christian students are compelled to use veils. That was never a problem. Why should this one be a problem, Ya Imam, if you don't have sentiments? Let us tread with caution. Make your findings. This is academic. This has nothing to do with religion. Do not preach falsehood to the Gambian people. And the innocent and uneducated ones will think that you are preaching right when you are trying to deceive and to falsify the words of Allah in your Quran that you believe in to your own benefit and interests. Don't take advantage of the innocent Gambians because you know Quran more than them. But all I can tell you that the Quran that you preaches peace. Ya Imam, preach peace. Do not preach violence. The same Quran that you preach that you should respect somebody's religion. Uphold to your religion and let your brethren uphold his or her religion. That is what the Quran preaches. Where is that verse in the Quran? Are you not going to tell that to your people? If you are, then it left onto people to equate what you are teaching them as a person and what the Quran is teaching them. The Quran said, be in your religion, let me be in my religion. For that being the case, I will urge you to drop all personal sentiments against Christianity. We have a council responsible for all Christian faiths in the Gambia. If you are not pleased with anything that you think is not in line with peace and order in the Gambia, and also if you think it is going to jeopardize your faith, go to the Christian Council. Table it out. That is what is expected of leader or leaders. Like Mandinkas will say, Alpha mun sumtu kungolete, Keba mun sumtu kungolete, Aninyaton ko mun sumtu kungolete. But you do not exercise that here. Please, Ya Imam, the Gambian Muslims, if not all of them, but there are many who trust you, do not betray their trust by preaching falsehood to the Gambian population. Like I said earlier, I in person, I am having both Christians and Muslims in my house. That I am taking care of. And it's as a result of that single Muslim in my house, I don't bring pork meat in my house. Just to respect her faith. She's schooling under me. There are certain Christian rights that I am obliged to as a Christian. But because of her presence in my house, schooling under me, I respect her rights. This is what the Gambia is known of. I and many other Christians is living in harmony with Muslims. Ya Imam, don't make Gambia unbearable for the Gambians just because of your personal sentiment. I will reserve an end with praying for the Gambia. Long live Gambia. Long live Christians and long live Muslims. Thank you. And I apologize soon in case my video in one way or the other means something different to somebody, I apologize. I don't mean to disrespect anybody in my recording. Do not take it personal as you are listening to my recording. I love you all for the Gambia, our homeland.